Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ayyuhal Muslimin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. And the topic for today is there is another life to come, which is the Judgment Day, which we are all expecting it, inshallah. And when the day comes, we are begging the Almighty to grant us Al-Jannah, which is another life too. So we have more than one life in this, not dunya. Like there's dunya, there's barzakh, and a life at the Judgment Day, and life also at hell or heaven. That's hell for the bad doers, for the ones with sick hearts. When I say sick heart, I know you all know what I mean. So, and the ones with the healthy heart, dead heart. For the dead heart and the sick heart, hell will be the destination, and for the ones with healthy heart, inshallah, Al-Jannah will be their final adobe. So, amma bad. The day will come when Allah will gather together the first of the creation and the last of it. When we mean the first creation, that's from the first prophet, which is Prophet Adam, which he was brought down to earth as the first man. So, last of it, and unfortunately, we don't know the last in this dunya. But inshallah, on that day, on the day of judgment, which is Rana al-Qiyamah, Allah will bring the first creation and the last creation. The knowledge of this occurrence alone should reassure you of Allah's justice. This alone, that Allah will bring the first creature and the last creature, should assure you of Allah's justice. The Judgment Day. That's why it's called the Judgment Day. So whoever's money is earthspread here shall find it there. So you shall find your money there. You shall find your money there. Sorry. Which is the way you spend your money. If you spend it in a good way, fine. You're going to find it with good deeds. Understand? When you spend it the bad way, you're gathering bad sins for yourself. Subhanallah, and may Allah protect us from bad deeds. Whoever is oppressed here shall find justice carried out there. So whoever is oppressed here shall find justice there. That means the oppressors, if the oppressors oppress you and they tempt your heart with good deeds, with good things, luxury things, trying to show you that like they are above you, they have this and that while you don't. So let me come with this so that you can see. But before I proceed, no one is telling you not to live a luxurious life. Definitely you will have to enjoy your money. That's a must. You can't just be keeping money. You have to buy luxurious cars, expensive watches, all these things that's in vogue. You need to feel what people are feeling. That if you're rich and you can't afford it, so it's not wrong for you to buy it. But the problem is oppressing people with it, trying to show them you don't have, while I do. So don't oppress, but enjoy your wealth. And whoever oppresses here shall find punishment there. So the one that oppresses, he'll have punishment there. while the one that they were being oppressed shall find justice there, which we are hoping the justice shall be a reward. So if you're the oppressors, you shall find a punishment there. So before I continue, should I use the word? Some people put oppression on themselves, like they feel like someone's trying to oppress them, while someone is just enjoying his world and what Allah has given him. So you are not the one to say that this one is here to oppress us. Only God knows. Allah Ya'lam. He might not have that niyyah, which is intention. He might not have that intention of doing that. He's just trying to enjoy his wealth, like I said. So I'm about there's this philosopher who was talking about the day of judgment. Immanuel Kant, a German philosopher. He said, drama of this life is not complete. There must be a second scene of it. For we see the tyrant and his victims without seeing justice. That means tyrant and his victims. We don't see justice. All we see is the tyrants using their power against the victims, showing them, I'm the one with the power. You cannot do anything. I am the one to do what I want. I will follow my own legislation and my own constitution. I will follow my own perspective and the way I want to do my things. Subhanallah. So we see no justice for the victims because they don't have the power to fight the tyrant, and they are not in any position to fight the tyrant. They have to bear with the situation they are in, and we will call that a test in Islam, which they will have to bear sabr, patience, for them to earn their reward at the hereafter, or should I say the judgment day. We see the conqueror and the subjugated. We see the conqueror and the subjugated without the latrine finding any revenge. The conqueror is the one with the power. He conquers all when he comes, maybe due to the power of strength, force, power of office, or anything. A conqueror can be anywhere. He conquers everything. He takes control of everything and everyone. Sorry. So, and he can't find revenge. He will use them. He can't find any revenge because just like the tyrant, nobody can find his revenge or justice through the tyrant because he's the one with the power, he's the one with everything. So as this conqueror. So let's move on. Therefore, there must be another world where justice will be carried out. So there's this saying of in Hausa, which says Allah ba zalimun kowa bane. So this saying works ranar al-Qiyamah, the day of judgment. That's the day of judgment. In that day, you will understand that yes, Allah ba zalimun kowa bane, because you have your own reward, or you have your own punishment for doing whatever you do. If you are the one with the dead heart, you'll find your own punishment. If you are the one with the sick heart, you'll find your own punishment. If you are the one with the healthy heart, you'll find your own reward. So Allah Ya'lam, Allah knows the best, but from the legislature of Islam, that's what, I'm not saying this, the legislature of Islam is saying this. It's telling us what will happen. So, Sheikh Ali Atentawi, commenting on this, said, "This statement suggests a confession from this foreigner." When he means this foreigner, when someone is a foreigner, like he's not part of us, to the Muslims. I mean to the Muslims. When I say someone is a foreigner, that means he's not part of you. So he's a foreigner for us, the Muslims. As you can see, he's the one saying this. He's expecting judgment. He's expecting the judgment day. So in fact, us the Muslims, we just don't have another life at the judgment day. We have life here in this dunya. We have life at the grave, which is Barzakh, and we also have life at the day of the judgment day, which is La ilaha here. And we also have life for you if it's hell, and for you if it's heaven. So Allah Ya'lam. So, an Arab poet said, if the minister and his delegates rule despotically, and the judge on earth is unjust in his judgment, then woo followed by woo after woo upon the judge of the earth from the judge who is above. So what is this poet trying to say? He's trying to tell us that if our ministers, our leaders rule like they don't do what their people want, it's an shall I put it's a government where they don't do what their people want. They just do what they want to get what is in their hand. Remind you, our leaders, which will sorry, let me just go into this. Our leaders, let me talk about our leaders. Our leaders, like, let me say, some of them have dead hats, and 90% of these people in this dunya, they have sick hats. So when some people have the intention of changing the system, but unfortunately they have sick hats, so they will just go with whatever they see. Subhanallah. And may Allah remove us from that kind of situation. May we have a choice. So they'll just go with the dead hat because of this dunya. You don't know, like, these people with the dead hats, this dunya is like a vortex to them. In fact, this dunya is a vortex to all of us. Even if you're rich, it's a vortex to you. Because wealth can be a test. If you're poor, it's a vortex to you. Because being poor is a test. If you're sick, it's a vortex for you. Whatever situation you are in, it's a vortex to you, because it's a test. You have to, like, pass it, and you don't even know if you're going to pass it. It's just something that you keep going. It's dangerous. So everything, each and every act you see in this dunya you're doing, it's dangerous. Even what I'm doing right now, I won't say I won't call it dangerous, but actually it's dangerous, because each and everyone watching this, I'll be asked each and every word. So dole za mu suffer gaban haka as a malam, as whoever. Even if you're a sheikh, it's a vortex to you. You're doing something dangerous. This life, all of it is something dangerous, and you can't go out of it. Only if you're done with this life and you go to another life. But this life and this dunya, it's something dangerous that you keep going, you keep going, and you can't go out unless you start another life, which is the one at the barzakh, before you move on to others. So let me move on to the second line. And the judge on earth is unjust in his judgment. When judges, the chief magistrate, the chief judge, chief whosoever that rules in courts and gives judgment, if he gives a wrong judgment, just don't do anything. Say, then who followed by who after who? Should just show lack of interest, lack of concern. You understand? Just leave the judgment. You woo them and just move on and leave everything to God. And then he said, upon the judge of the earth, from the judge who is above. That means it's either the judge on earth or the judge who is above. So you give the answer to yourself. Who is the right judge? Let me put it this way. Who's the right judge? Who do you think will judge your affairs right? Of course, it's Allah the Exalted. So please, guys, I love this topic, and I will keep reminding us about this topic. I will name it the day we fear, because we fear the judgment day. The day we don't know. The day we don't want to see. You understand? I will keep repeating this topic. So like I said, I will keep repeating this topic because I want the people with the dead heart, either dead heart and sick heart, to work on themselves, to have cure, and to try and give them cure for the good heart. It's not like I'm any way better than them. We are all humans. You understand? But the thing is that if you hold the words of Allah and the Prophet, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, that sunnah, you do sunnah and you do the compulsory ibadah and you run away from bid'ah. So inshallah, just like I said, just like the legislature is telling us, the legislature of Islam, so inshallah, Jannah will be your final adobe. So let me, before I round up with this topic, there's a surah in Surah Al-Ghafir, which is the Forgiven, chapter 40, verse 17, which says, Al-yawm kullu nafsin bima kasabat la zulum inna Allaha sami'un hisab. So it says, this day shall every person be compensated for what he earned, or whatever he earned. If it's the good deeds, let me just put it in this way. If it's the dead heart, I know you can remember the dead hearts, those ones that it's the worldly affair that's just on their heart. So it's a dead heart. The only concern is the worldly affair, worldly pleasure. So you get your own reward. And for the ones with sick heart, saying they will be tingling like this, or tangling, should I say tangling. Then Suma, their own will be there that day. There will be judgment. I'm not in a position to tell them this is their place or that is their place. So also the ones with the healthy heart, those ones, our legislature said that it's written that, and every Muslim should know this, that if you have done a good deed and you do fear Allah, you love him, you have Iman, you just do everything, you follow the legislature. Let me just put it this way. Inshallah, Jannah will be your final adobe. So let me move on to La Zulum. No injustice. No injustice. Everything will be equal. No injustice. That's for those that the tyrants and the victims. Just for example, the people in Palestine. Um, what's happening? Nothing is happening. Like, no one is even trying to go against Israel. We're just protesting on social media and stuff. So no one can do anything, and they are dying. So you're already dead. When the revenge come again, there's no any revenge, just the judgment day. So as you can see, they can't even just die like that. That alone will show you that these people, there must be something that Allah will reward them with. Which, inshallah, Allah will reward them with something. So someone won't just kill them and go. So someone can't just kill them and go free. Let me move on to Inna Allah SWT. So there is no judgment. There's no Allah's judgment is swift in reckoning, which says, like, His judgment is perfect. Nothing more. He's perfect. That's just how I'm going to explain it for you. He's perfect. He's not going to cheat. There won't be any bribe or any connection. No disparity, nothing, no discrimination, nothing. So this will be the end of my session, inshallah. So I hope you guys understand this, and you should put this on your mind every day, that there will be a judgment day. So that you won't be. So do not grieve. Just do not grieve. There will be judgment for you. There will be judgment for him, for whosoever. So this will be the end of my session. Wa bisalam.